Hey guys, this guy's really pissing me off, so I'm not even going to say the line. Okay, Bob2Sean, or Bob2sean. I'm fairly certain it's Sean, though, because it's like Sean Connery spelled. So, Bob2Sean. So far, I'm going to say that you're my favorite creationist because of how bad you are. And somebody like you, if you asked a majority of Christians, I mean, I'm not specifying any type of Christian, any denomination. If you ask the majority of Christians, they would say somebody like you is going to hell with the way that you look at things. I'm just commenting on the end at the beginning, um, and I'll get to why that is after his explanation of why evolution is false. We ride horses. Horses have backs. Who else could have created such a perfect creature? Of course horses have backs. It's a three-dimensional creature, therefore it must have a back if it has a front and sides. I mean, have you ever seen a creature without a back? Maybe a flatworm, but I think a flatworm has two sides or a front and a back, if it's actually flat. I mean, I guess there are flatworms that aren't literally flat worms, but beside the point. Animals have backs. We can ride on elephants too. We can ride on dogs. We can ride on really big cats. We don't have to ride on horses. Why did we ride on horses? Because they were fast and much easier to domesticate than a dog or a cat. And we weren't, I mean, and the people who domesticated horses didn't live near elephants. That's the Spanish, by the way. The Spanish lived around horses. Horses did not live in the Americas. A lot of people think that they did, but we domesticated horses because they were easy to domesticate because they're herbivores, and because they're fast, which means that we could ride them quickly, much more quickly than we could walk. So don't say that horses are proof of God, because we made them do what we want. We domesticated them. Bananas. So many people get this wrong. Bananas are human created, but it's not like they took a plantain and then shaped it into a banana. Have you ever seen a wild plantain? It looks like an oyster. It's shaped like an oyster. And it's got these poisonous pits in them. Apes don't eat those. People don't eat those. They are poison. You do not eat a plantain. Now, when people started farming the good plantains, which are plantains that when you cook them, they pop open and they're sweet-ish. They're sort of a bittersweet taste. And you have to cook them or else they're not good. You can't just peel them and eat them like a banana. And then over time, people selected the ones that are curved because those ones are more favorable because they are more pleasing to the eye, easier to pick up when you eat them, easier to chop up than a oyster-shaped one. And then there was a freak. Like, some plantain farmer found a freak. It was yellow, it was curved, just like the other plantains, but it was soft. And when you peeled it and ate, you could eat it raw, and it was sweet. And that's where we get the dessert banana. And those don't grow wild because they're sterile. They can't grow wild. They have to be grown from mutant plantains. There are bananas with seeds in them, or tiny little pit-like things, like the seeds of a strawberry. But those are not sold and eaten in America. Those are used for farming. They are planted and they grow more bananas that are not seeded. And in recent times, we can genetically engineer a seed so that it will grow into a slightly different thing. We can make, like, that's how we grow seedless watermelons. We don't grow boneless chickens. I've heard people make that example, and it doesn't make any sense. We take the bones out of the chicken, people. It's not, we don't, I mean, you can't grow a boneless chicken. It doesn't happen. Humans can't turn pears in banana-shaped. Well, the way that you were doing it, you're right. You can't just take a pear and bend it. Doesn't work. However, if you found a pear on a pear tree that was more banana-shaped than the others, you could pick that, plant it, and it would grow, then take the ones of those that were more banana-shaped, pick that, plant it, and it would grow another tree of ones that are, and then you pick the ones of those that are slightly more banana-shaped, and that is how you make a pear banana-shaped over several generations. That's how humans make fruits and vegetables and things grow the way they want them to. Dinosaurs. At this point, I think you're just trolling. I really do think you're just trolling us, because you say outright the dinosaurs can't be millions of years old because the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Have you seen some of the dating that they do? Uranium dating, carbon dating, all the dating that they do with the rocks that they find. There is good reason to believe that the Earth, the planet Earth, not Earth as we know it, like just a big mass of, the mass of rock that we like to call Earth, which was much smaller at one point, is 5 billion years old. And 5 billion years ago, it was just a mass of liquid rock. It wasn't anything that we would recognize as Earth. And then 4.8 billion years ago, life evolved because the Earth had hardened slightly. There was water, there was ammonia, there was no O2, but there was O3, which is ozone. There was carbon dioxide. There was all that stuff that life needs to get started. And then dinosaurs. You say dinosaurs can't be millions of years old because the Earth is 6,000 years old. Prove to me that Earth is 6,000 years old, and if your only reasoning is that it's in the Bible, double check your literature, because let me see. How old is the Jewish religion? 6,000 years. How old is the Earth? 6,000 years. Oh my! Notice any correlation there? The Earth is supposedly 6,000 years old because 6,000 years ago, a religion was created that created this God that you speak of. And God skewed the results. Why? Why would God want to do that? It's like, it seems like a waste of time when there's so many better things God could be doing. Like, oh, I don't know, multiplying the food supply in Africa or Asia, or like giving food to the poor, just making it pop out of nowhere and give it to people. Don't give me that God works in strange ways crap. If he can help somebody find their keys, he can give food to people in Nigeria and not, I mean, it's not going to change much. Well, actually, it might change a lot, but if he really wants us to believe in him, sight is a big thing. Okay, getting slightly off topic here. Okay, you say you're going to be glad when atheists go to hell. One of the Judeo-Christian beliefs is that you should not take pleasure at the pain of others. At the plight of others. That's how it's worded. You should help people. And you're not going to help atheists by converting them, because you're just being obnoxious if you do that. Glad when atheists go to hell. You're coming with us, by the way. Come on. Think about it. Think about what you say at the end of this video. I'll get to that. Hair gel, hair wax, and hair spray. We've got hair. We've got hair gel, got hair wax, we've got hair spray all at the same time. Guess who created all those hair care products? Humans. They were invented in laboratories and tested on, well, some of them were tested on humans, some of them were tested on monkeys first, then humans, and stuff like that, to make sure it didn't poison your skin. Humans worked hard to create those products, and you're going to give that to God and creationism? How arrogant can you be? God has his reasons for doing things. Oh boy, I love this argument because it just goes so bad so fast. And at this point, I'm fairly certain, almost completely certain, that he's trolling. Because no Christian would think, no, that's not true. Plenty of people think this. And it's a little sickening. God made monkeys because he thinks monkeys are funny. Have you ever seen a monkey gouge out somebody's eyes? It's not funny. It's happened. It's not funny. God made homosexuals so that we can be angry at them all the time. What a lovely concept. He made people for us to be angry at. How do those people feel? Morality comes from empathy. And empathy, put yourself in the homosexual's shoes. You don't even have to pretend that you're fucking a guy. You just have to think what it's like to be insulted like that. To be called the bane of humanity. To be called all those terrible things that people, myself included, unfortunately, have called homosexuals. Black people, God made black people so that they steal and we can get bigger, better TVs because of our insurance claims. My God, some of the best people in America have been black, and you're going to say some shitty thing like that. Let me see. Martin Luther King. Barack Obama. There's somebody who's, black and good. And doesn't steal. Neither did Martin Luther King. Morgan Freeman. Black and very interesting. And I'm pretty sure he never stole anything. Except for maybe the cookies from his cookie jar, which he keeps babbling stuff like that on through the wormhole. But it's like, that is not okay thinking. That is a great way to get a one-way ticket to hell. If you talk to a majority of Christians, they will say that saying things like that and thinking things like that, not going to get you into heaven. God made lightning to stop golf. Golf was invented. Lightning happens. Lightning was around a lot longer than golf. And if God really wanted to prevent golf, he would, rain flaming hail on golf courses. Because he can do that, apparently. He did that to the Egyptians. Why not do it to the golfers? So, and what about the people who like golf but are Christian? Even if especially if they're the same denomination as you, Bob2sean. Because, if a golfer in the same Christian denomination as you is in the same denomination as you, are you going to try to save them by telling them not to go to play a golf game because they'll be struck by lightning? And if so, what is wrong with you? It's like, let the person have their recreation time. They're just playing golf. So yeah, that's what I'm a bit upset about, Bob2sean, and I really hope you're trolling us with that video, because it is really not a good troll, because I took you seriously. Well, no, that's a pretty good troll. It's just not a very good point to make if you're serious.